What's going on, you guys? AJ Tucker here with AJ Self Defense, and today I'm just going to talk about my reaction to an incident that happened last week. A Coweta man, 41 years old, just a year away from me. I'm 40 right now. He found a 20-year-old man in the room with his 14-year-old daughter, and after that, a beatdown ensued. I'm going to show you a picture of that real quick. As you can see, it did not go well for the 20-year-old kid sneaking into the girl's room. That's the dad on the left. That's the kid on the right. He got a hold of him pretty good, beat him up, knocked a few teeth out, and that would have been cool. But the dad ended up getting arrested because after the beatdown, he went outside and he chased him. He went and got his wife's gun or his gun or whatever, and he chased him and he took a bunch of shots at him as the kid ran down the street. So that's why he got arrested. So the police, they were sympathetic to him, and it's in Georgia, so they was like, they're pretty lenient on stuff like that. But he crossed the line when he went outside and proceeded to take shots at them. And so I thought about this for a little bit, and thought to myself, like, man, what if, because they didn't really give the details of what was going down. I don't know if he was having sex with the daughter or whatever, but man, you know, my daughter, she's 11 right now. At about 2 or 3 years, my daughter's 13 or 14, and I see a 20-year-old man in the house. I have no idea. I don't know if I would have did the same thing, or if the kid never would have left the house. I have no idea. You know, he might have died. He might have perished right in that scenario, man, because you're 20 years old, man. Come on now. Like, and you know the girl is young. But there's a lot of guys. Here's the thing. I want to say this to the parents. There's a lot of guys out there that's in that age range between, 18 to 23 years old. And some of them, they look really young. So instead of telling a girl they're 20, they might even lie about their age and say they're younger. And to me, that's a sick and twisted thing to do. But that's one thing you got to watch out for. So if you go on, social media and some of these apps, where the people are talking like Snapchat and different apps like that, the average age of girls is in between like 15, like 14 to 16, and the average age of guys are around 23 years old. And so you got these 20-year-olds talking to these 14-year-old girls all the time on things like TikTok and Snapchat. And, you might say, oh, well, there's other 15-year-old boys on there. But if a girl is online and she's 15 years old, I was in high school myself. If a girl is online, she's 15 to 16 years old, and you're a 15 or 16-year-old boy, but she has access to a 22-year-old boy who has, like a car, might have a little job and get more things, then depending on who the girl is, I'm not saying all girls are like this, but depending on who the girl is, she might go for that 22-year-old, and the thing is, like, these guys, like, it might be easier pickings for them. And that's bad to say, but their age, that's what they're looking at it like. When I was that age, I would never even thought of doing that, man. But man, once again, I can't even imagine if I walk in the room and I see my daughter or whatever he saw, we don't know. They might have been playing video games, but let's just say, he walked in and they were having sex, and I walk into the room and I see a 20-year-old boy, or a boy of any age, I ain't gonna lie, but if he was 20 years old and I could tell that he was older and she was just 13 or 14, man, that's almost a death sentence for him, But anyway, man, that's all I got for that one, man. I'm going to be following the story to see what happens to the father, see if he can get off. Or, he did put other lives in danger because he was just out there busting. He was busting his gun. He could have hit somebody. But in the house, had he got the gun and did it in the house, that probably would have been better off, but then it would have traumatized the girl. So crazy situation, man. It's crazy right now. We're in quarantine. People are going crazy once again. So just keep your eye on your young ones, man, daughters or sons. You got the social media and they have access to communications that we didn't have when we were younger, man.